Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome. It's so great to be with everyone. We'll get started. We'll settle in with a little bit of music, a little bit of a nigun, a wordless melody.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Yeah, it's really easy. I promise. Super easy. Lie, lie, lie. Here we go. Yai la la lai 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 yai la la lai 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 yai la la lai 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 yai la la lai 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 yai la la lai 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 yai la la lai 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 yai la Yai lai la la lai 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 Yai lai 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 Yai lai la la lai 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 Yai la la lai 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 la la lai 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 Yai la la lai 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 Yai la la lai 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 la la lai 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 Yai la la lai 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 Yai lai 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 Yai lai la la lai 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 Yai lai 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 Yai lai la la lai 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 La la lai 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 la la lai 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 Yai la la lai 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 lai
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
For those who are new to Leo Beck Temple or new to me, my name is Rabbi Scott Goldberg, and I am so happy to be leading alongside Cantor Sarah Haas this Shabbat evening.
The last Shabbat of 2022.
The last
Sorry,
Shabbat
if I,
of 2022.
You were probably going to say that.
No, I wasn't going to
No?
say that, actually. Yeah.
You believe that?
The last Shabbat of 2022. We made it through 2022. Not yet, but almost. Cross your fingers. Ugh. And also, we want to welcome those who are with us via live stream as well. Our prayer book can be found on leobecktemple.org/watch, I believe. If not, we'll work on getting it there. I promise. We just sang a nigun, a wordless melody. The power of a nigun is that it has no words. It's easy to learn. There's no need to learn the words. There's no need to practice. It's inclusive. Even if you don't know how to sing, anyone can just sing along. And to sing a nigun on Shabbat, which is the day of rest, it's a really poignant time to sing a nigun. You don't have to prepare, you don't have to practice. It's really representative of what we're supposed to be doing on Shabbat. We're supposed to be resting. We're supposed to be doing what we want to be doing. We don't have to prepare for it. That can be our Shabbat. We're going to join in Shir Chadash, singing a new song. This song has words. We're going to sing a new song together, and the words are found on page 10.
Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash.
Page 13. Page 13.
Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash. Sing unto God a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God and we'll all sing along. All the earth a new song unto God. Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash. Just your voices.
Adonai, kol haaretz.
Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash. So we have this opportunity now. It's this final time to maybe look inward before the end of this new year. Although if you have a regular meditation practice, maybe you'll meditate tomorrow. But for those of you who maybe it's kind of foreign, it's kind of uncomfortable, that's totally okay. We have this time now to settle into our bodies. Invite you, if you feel comfortable, to close your eyes or to just lower your gaze, whatever is most comfortable to you, as you feel your feet in really the soles of your feet in the ground, and really feel your body. Feel the way that you're sitting in that chair, the strength that you have, and allow yourself to just settle into this moment, even if it's just this moment of being present. We spend probably a lot of our year watching it go by really fast. And sometimes we don't take the opportunity to look at what happened and to really feel that it happened. So I invite you now to just take a moment to think about the good. I know it's probably impossible to not think of the bad, and to maybe think about next year as this new, beautiful, shining opportunity to maybe do the things that you wanted to do last year. Set those as goals for the next year. Just take this time now. We'll have a moment of silence to really think about 2022 and look ahead at 2023. Return to our prayer books. Page 20, as we welcome Shabbat, this beautiful, shining opportunity to just be. Lecha dodi likrat kala Shabbat nekabela Lecha dodi likrat kala Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Again, lecha dodi likrat kala Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Verse 1. Shamor v'zachor v'diburecha Hishmiya המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ולתפארת ולתחילה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, verse 2. כי היא מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. verse 5. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, 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 שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
We'll rise as we are able.
בואי בשלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה, לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
The Baruch Hu, our call to worship, can be found on page 28. On page 28. We'll join together.
Ya la 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 la, 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 la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach, Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, Le'olam va'ed, Le'olam va'ed. Ya la 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 la, 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 ya la 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 la.
On page 30, together in English, we'll read in the middle of the page. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tsevaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim. The Shema can be found on page 34.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vayeh. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vayeh. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם, אמת.
Our Mi Chamocha prayer, which is on page 40, comes from Exodus chapter 15. It's after the Israelites escaped Egyptian slavery, and they made it to the other side of the sea, and they were safe. And this passage comes from what's called the Song of the Sea. LA-based musician Daniela Gesundheit shares, "Their feet still wet from crossing the Red Sea, which had split open on their behalf. They break into song, acknowledging the incomparable wonder they have just experienced. The suddenness with which they were catapulted out of slavery unleashed havoc and doubt. They had barely made it outside the city gates when they realized they were being pursued, their freedoms in danger of being annulled. The voices of their masters, the sting of their discipline, were the authorities that had commanded the trajectory of their grueling days for as long as they could remember, for generations. Suddenly, each person in the caravan was faced with vast swaths of unknowable desert, figurative and literal. In the face of that fearsome expanse, the song asks, "Who is like you?" Who is like you? That's a question that we can ask ourselves today, as well as, what are our unknowable deserts? Probably figurative, but deserts nonetheless. And what does it look like for us to cross them together? Mi Chamocha on page 40, we'll join together. Hashkivenu can be found on our supplements, our prayer for shelter. When we need shelter, when those in our lives need shelter, it's a place where we can think about those and ask those in our lives for the support that they need and the support that we need as well. We'll join together.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom, L'Shalom, V'ha'amidenu Malkeinu L'Chaim, Ufros Aleinu Sukat Shlomecha, Ufros Aleinu Sukat Shlomecha. Amen.
Amidah can be found on page 46. We'll rise in all the ways we are able. We'll join in the first three prayers together as one community, and following the first three prayers, we'll have an opportunity for silent reflection, either the prayers on the pages for the pages to come, or the prayers of our hearts.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor ve'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Ve'koneh Hakol, Ve'zocher Chastei Avot ve'imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer u'Moshia u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechaye hakol atah Rav lehoshia. Mashiv haruach u'morid hagashem, Mechalkel chayim bechesed, Mechaye hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim ve'rofeh cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato, Lishenei afar, Michamocha ba'al givurot, Umido melach, Melech memit umechaye, umatzmiach Yeshua, ve'ne'eman atah lehachayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, mechaye hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kdoshim b'chol yom, yehalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
We'll continue silently and be seated when we're finished.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, ממלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש, הקדוש ברוך הוא. בואכם לשלום, מלכי השלום, מלכי עליון, ממלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ברכוני לשלום, מלכי השלום, מלכי עליון, ממלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש, הקדוש ברוך הוא. צאתכם לשלום, מלכי העליון, מלכי עליון, ממלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. שלום עליכם, מלכי השרת, מלכי עליון, ממלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש, הקדוש ברוך הוא.
We are so lucky. We are so lucky. It's right around the corner. We all know it. It's coming whether we like it or not. New Year's Eve. I remember as a young teenager staying up late and watching the ball drop on television with my family. We would often spend the immediately preceding hours eating a home-cooked dinner, playing Monopoly fiercely, and devouring Muddy Buddies, what we referred to in the Midwest as puppy chow, a delicious dessert of Chex cereal coated with peanut butter and chocolate and topped with powdered sugar. Now you know what my plan is for tomorrow night. Many of these memories include members of my extended family, aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents, and even cousins on the other side. No matter what the plans entailed, no matter how long it had been since we had last seen one another, all were welcome. New Year's Eve, and I will add the highly celebrated American holidays that surround it, Thanksgiving and Christmas, often offer a space for working folk and non-working folk alike to take a vacation. Sometimes it's a trip to a faraway land. Other times it's a staycation, like my memory above. Sometimes these vacations are lovely, every day from dawn until dusk. No fights, no bickering, just love. I have to imagine other times, maybe more often, it may be the case that we have a vacation, but it may not feel like a vacation. Perhaps because we may not have seen a particular family member in a long time, we may not know how to begin again, or we may just have a complicated relationship with them. What does Judaism teach about how to treat those we have not seen in a while? To answer this question, we situate ourselves in the powerful narrative of Joseph. His brothers, unbeknownst to him, are speaking with Joseph, who is now second in command in Egypt's political hierarchy, pleading for the life of their father. Joseph can no longer bear speaking to his siblings while hiding his identity, so he reveals himself as their brother, and Joseph then offers his siblings food and water so they can travel back to Canaan, so they can bring their father back to Egypt. Then we learn, Vaye'esor Yosef merkavto. Joseph hitches his chariot and travels to the land of Goshen to meet his father Jacob. Joseph presents himself to his father. He falls on his neck and for a long while weeps. The phrase "to fall on one's neck" appears multiple times in the Torah. It's a funny phrase. It's the Torah's fancy Hebrew that means giving a big hug. When it has been a long time since we have seen someone in our circle, we can act as Joseph acts, with an embrace. Before any words, any conversation, it seems here we are taught to present ourselves and bring our beloveds close to us. For Joseph, it has been over 20 years since seeing his siblings or his dad. Moreover, to make matters worse, the last time Joseph encountered his brothers, he did so as they roughed him up, threw him in a pit, and sold him into slavery. This was not a great relationship. Their relationships were tough. It may be the case that our toughest relationships may be with those in our lives we do not see all the time. We may not agree with them. It might be hard to love them. They may have afflicted us in a certain way, maybe in a way that is unforgivable. They may hold beliefs with which we disagree. For those with whom we do not agree, yes, we could begin by embracing them. But you might say, that's awkward. I would never do that. That's just not how we engage with one another. I get it. It is not easy starting with a hug with someone with whom you disagree. That makes sense. Incidentally, Judaism teaches us also about how to present ourselves after a long period of time to our tough relationships. When Joseph falls on Jacob's neck, one particular medieval commentary disagrees with the general biblical opinion that Joseph offers his father a hug. Rather, this commentary believes that Joseph was reciting the Shema. Interesting, right? The Shema is one of Judaism's most ancient creeds. It comes straight from the book of Deuteronomy. It is the ultimate declaration of faith. Israel is the name of our people. Adonai is our God, and we only have one God. If you could sum up Judaism in 3 phrases, it's probably the Shema. We're commanded to say the Shema twice per day for our entire lives, and these words are so significant that we recite them as our last, as we are about to face death. The first word of the creed, Shema, means listen or hear. Now, according to this commentary, I wonder if Joseph was reciting the Shema precisely because he was doing so in front of his siblings, in front of his hardest relationships. I wonder if Joseph was reciting the Shema to teach that as we approach our toughest relationships in our lives, we too ought to listen first and speak second. To teach that for those with whom we do not agree all the time on matters of family or business or politics, you name it, we begin by first listening to them, holding their words, and acknowledging what lies behind them before speaking. When we encounter these relationships, what would it be like if we listened first and spoke second? That we could exude humility and honor that even our most challenging relationships include we who are all made B'Tselem Elohim, in the image of God. It is not easy to listen to someone who holds a different opinion than we have. It is especially not easy during a time and a season when we are acculturated to feel joyful. It is perhaps more difficult if they are someone close to us. This verse from American poet Jane Hirshfield's poem, The Weighing, names that difficulty. So few grains of happiness measured against all the dark, and still the scales balance. The world asks of us only the strength we have, and we give it. Then it asks more, and we give it. Even though it is not easy, doing so is powerful soul work. Working at our relationships makes this world a better place. And it starts with us. Doing tikkun olam, repairing the world, actually might start with tikkun nefesh, repairing the soul. As we approach New Year's Eve tomorrow evening, when the world asks us to be in relationship with someone near to us, but maybe someone far from us in certain ways, may we have the strength to do tikkun nefesh, to repair ourselves and our relationships, and respond with humility, a listening ear, and compassion. Shabbat shalom.
So we now have this opportunity as we work to repair our own souls, to think of those in our lives who are in need of that repair, that healing. We may not be able to cure them or figure out a way to get them out of whatever it is that they're dealing with, but we can reach out, we can support, we can hold them as they face whatever it is that they have to face next. So we invite you now to share names with us out loud so that we can take those names into our hearts as we sing our Mishberach prayer. Start over here. Thank you. Yeah, Nancy. Thank you. Take all of those names into our hearts as we join together in our Misha Berach prayer. The words can be found in the middle of page 253. Join together. Misheberach Avoteinu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
We begin our concluding service on page 282 with the Aleinu. We will rise in all the ways we are able.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד, ושמו אחד, ושמו אחד.
Words to prepare us for Mourner's Kaddish can be found at the bottom of page 291. There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light, long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. As we recite Kaddish this evening, we especially remember longtime LBT congregant Lenny Kelton, wife of David Kelton, whom death has taken from us recently. We link her name with Molly Adler, Matthew Billett, Murray Davis, Kenny Friedman, Marvin Friedman, Adele Jane Fry, Yetta Korn Glatt, Shirley Glucksman, Gerald Y. Goldberg, Sally F. Goldberg, Arthur Gottlieb, Paul Hegiesi, Nicolette S. Horkey, Floyd J. Landis, Patricia A. Johnson, Hyman Kalsman, Rachel Brenner Kaplansky, Phyllis Lavitt, Lawrence Littman, Hillary Lautenberg, Ethel Minker, Michael Monty, Tammy Perkin, Nathan Snyder, Isabel Lubeau Stevenson, Feng Y. Tuck, Eleanor Hamburg Tiger, Martin Tubby, Celia Wax, Deborah London Williams. If there is someone whom you are thinking of, or if I mispronounced your loved one's name, I invite you to rise as you're able and please share their name with our community. Mourner's Cottage can be found on page 294. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ba'alma divra chirute v'amlich malchute, b'chaye chon uvyome chon, uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach la'alam ul'almei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yit'aleh v'yit'alal shmei dekudsha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Da'amiran be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah min shmaya. V'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru, amen. May the maker of peace in the high places bring peace to the low places as well that really, really need it. The world, our community, and our loved ones as well. And we'll all say together, amen.
Ose shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Ose shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Ose shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom,
Happy,
everyone.
healthy
Happy New Year.
Happy, healthy New Year to everyone.